Looking long term though,
Hmm.
gun to your head, 2025.
Oh God.
What's the best advice you could give somebody so that they don't have to go through 3 cycles and make it, and try to get to like do it in like 1 or 2 cycles? Because
Best
there's a lot of
advice.
lessons learned, and that's one of the things I teach about. Like, if you if you're trying to follow an OG who doesn't show their scars, they're probably LARPing. So like
I have plenty of scars.
that's what I like about you is like you tell like, hey, I messed this up, learn from it so you don't repeat it. And
I think it goes back to the way you're going to trust yourself the most is defining a system that works for you, that you also understand will not work at times, but it's a huge element of managing your risk. And that becomes just part of starting off like, you mean just someone starting off like in crypto, like for the first time?
yeah, mainly.
Uh,
I mean, it's this all applies to everyone though. Like you're talking about like works for you, because I heavily preach against like copy trading and trying to 100% emulate
you
somebody.
got to put in a lot of screen time, is the thing, to
Yes.
really hone your skills. So starting off, it's tough for someone because you need to try different things, and the way you do that is I mean, you can see it on Twitter, you can start to read, you can watch YouTube. Like, I'm not talking about like people shilling coins. Like, there's legit like Maine is, to your point, like he has a super specific system and he explains it well, even though he's like very colorful with his language sometimes.
It cracks me up.
Yeah, but like order blocks, like that type of stuff, then like, all right, maybe dabble in that, tune into that, like, and see if that works for you. But it's going to take some time to one understand just the basis of TA, support and
Yes.
resistance, why, what that means for price, like fib levels. He uses fib levels, right? OTE is a fib level, basically. Um, or are you trying to be more sophisticated, learning like stuff that Magnus does, right? Like,
Hmm.
what is that? Order flow, like the charts they use,
Yeah,
like
it's
Jim Talbot.
that stuff's wild.
I don't understand that. I tried
Me
to learn
neither.
it. No, this isn't for me. Or maybe they start to look at your rainbow stuff, even though I think that's a bit more sophisticated for someone just starting off and needing to learn like the basis of TA.
Yeah.
Um, so you could take the technical analysis approach for one thing, or you can actually start to do research and read up and see like what narratives might be coming and then looking at coins. But again, you're probably going to need some charts to figure out like entries and exits around that. So I guess I don't have like the best advice for someone because you have to try things and figure out what works and what breaks and then decide what you want to use going forward, and that really takes time. So I guess going into 2000, like how long you think this cycle lasts. um does it go all the way into like deep into 2025? I don't know. I actually don't think. I think really going to be 2024. But yeah, I I guess I don't have the best advice for that. That's a tough one. It's
No,
also loaded.
you're dropping truth that a lot of people don't say, because everyone wants to say, "Hey, my way is the best way. You need to emulate exactly what I do." But
It
it's
took me a while to really make money and be successful in crypto. So it's like
oh
I guess
yeah,
everyone moves at their own speed.
oh yeah. There's everyone has their niche, but it's like find what works for you and amplify it, and take little tips and tricks, because like there's little you can't see it, but like my charts, like there's parts of Crypto Paradigm that are in it. There's parts of Josh Olowicz that's in it. There's parts that you're in it, but like there's little seeds that I've collected over time to like
Yep.
make what I like, and mine's very extreme compared to like what other people do, and but it's what works for me, right? And even then, once you get the TA down, do you have the mindset to bite when these other traders do? Like you've got to judge that too, because like I love liquidation cascades, and
Huh.
I will empty a bank account buying spot positions in those, and I'm numb to it. It doesn't freak me out. Like I emptied every single dollar I had of my bank account during the COVID crash on Bitcoin. Like I was trying to log into Coinbase on like 3 different computers because it was overwhelmed and shutting down. And it's just like I buy these colors candles like every time.
Yeah.
You put white candles into a reversion band, I'm in. And I think
Yeah.
that's the
And
other
that's
thing is like
where removing emotion from trading becomes a big part of it too. And that is
because
not
the sec
something that someone just starting off is going to understand.
yeah, because crypto Twitter, the sexiest thing is scalping on 100x leverage, and that's what everybody wants to show. And
Yep.
people get chewed up doing that. And I'm just like, you need to listen to these calm dudes who are trading like dailies and H4s. They don't lose sleep at night, and they survive cycles. Like, be careful of the paid group leader who lives in an apartment. Is all I can say.
Yeah. There's
No,
a
that's
lot
good.
of that on this screen.